Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I know I haven't posted in a while because I was caught up in school and work, but now I found the time to make more videos. And in today's video, I'm talking about the long-term review of my 2021 Trek Fuel X7. So it's been 4 months owning this bike and I'm glad to say I'm very happy with it. Yes, I had some problems down the line, which I'll later mention, but it's held up well to the great amount of abuse I've thrown at it. So hopefully this video will help you viewers looking to buy an alloy Fuel X model see what you may experience when owning the Fuel X 5 to 8 lineup in the future. Of course, I ride this bike much harder than most people would, so my problems will probably not be yours. After countless drops, jumps, puck to flats, and cases, I've had not a single problem with this bike's frame. Yes, it has some paint chips due to the chain slap, thanks RAM, but there's not a single crack, dent, or any signs of fatigue in the frame. Unfortunately, all the pivot bearings, the dropouts, and the headset bearings were completely dry, so I did have to get in there and grease them. Aside from that, the chainstay protector, the down tube guard, and the Trek's knock block system has been doing its job protecting this bike's frame. Speaking of knock block, I did switch out the old bars and stem to something a little more comfortable, a little more up-to-date with Trek's knock block ring adapter kit over here. Now as for suspension, this bike is running in the front a RockShox 35 Gold RL with 140mm of travel. This has the Debonair air spring and a motion control damper. In the back we have the Fox Evolve Float DPS with 130mm of travel. This has a 3-position damper, and all I can say is really good stuff about the suspension. It's been doing its job damping the trails. Although the fork has developed about 10mm of fork suck, I will have to be doing the usual service anyways on both suspension components to keep them running smooth and efficiently. And moving to the wheels, we have of course the Bontrager line Comp 30 wheels with these Extra 4 tires. The wheels have not needed any single sort of maintenance ever since I bought this bike. They haven't been chewed once or looked at all. They're still dead straight. Unfortunately, I did end up dinging my rear rim due to running low tire pressure, which really shows that these rims are soft as butter. But please don't be discouraged. If you run these tires at proper pressure, ride the right conditions, you should never experience something like this. Now for these tires, they are excellent. They have a ton of traction. They've worn surprisingly not a lot ever since I've been riding this bike, and I've been riding it pretty hard. I've been skidding a lot, I've been cornering pretty hard. They are extremely tough as well. They've held up to almost everything. They can hold up to cross-country flow trails, to all your jank-filled NAR, enduro/downhill trails too. Both the front and rear hubs have not needed any maintenance because the bearings are still silky smooth. Now you may notice one thing that has changed here, and that is the brakes. So stock of this bike came with these 2-piston Shimano, I think 410 brakes. They had almost no power, especially for a rider like me who's a little heavier. I needed a lot more stopping power, something that's a little more consistent and much more reliable. So I went ahead and bought these Shimano Dior M6120 4-piston brakes, and these are absolutely phenomenal. I have them paired with a pair of 180mm Shimano RT66 rotors in the back and a 203, this thing's like a pizza up in front, Shimano RT66 rotor. Now last but not least, the drivetrain, and unfortunately I've been unlucky with this. This drivetrain has been malfunctioning like crazy. The derailleur has completely gone whack. The little spring inside the derailleur that retracts it from shifting up has basically stopped working. So has the clutch. The clutch is practically non-existent and provides almost no chain tension going down rough sections of trails. Luckily, as for the bottom bracket, it has not creaked once ever since, which is usually a common issue on press-up bottom brackets, but I've got lucky with this one. The chain, no problems with that either. And unfortunately, my cranks. I've been trying to service them for the past week, and something has gone wrong with the threads here inside the self-extracting spindle. And I'm guessing that the threads have probably been damaged from factory when they were putting this bike together. Now I understand that this review mainly sounds negative, but please don't get discouraged. I've gotten so much more confidence riding this bike. I've become a better, faster, and stronger rider. This bike's geometry and design makes it an absolute joy to ride because it does everything so well. Now that the riding season is coming to an end, I'll be riding less in the winter. Though when spring comes around the corner, I'll be traveling around to many different bike parks and making even more great videos for you to watch. Now I have some really cool plans and really cool videos ahead for this, so please stay tuned. Thank you for watching, ride safe, and have a good one.